What if there was a way to easily reuse shared data and gain actionable insights? Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today we are diving into how healthcare executives can leverage visual calculation in Power BI Desktop to cut through the data clutter and easily extract valuable insights. Stop wasting hours deciphering complex DAX code. Healthcare executives, this video is especially for you. Visual calculations are here to simplify data analysis. With easy-to-use templates that we will see later on in the demo, you can now reuse shared data reports in a snap, freeing up valuable time to focus on what matters most, patient care. Before we go into the demo, I want to give you a small background of what visual calculations are and how does it work. Visual calculations allow you to perform dynamic DAX operations directly on visuals within your reports, simplifying the DAX required and improving performance. So visual calculations are a handy features that let you perform dynamic calculation like running sums or moving averages directly on the visuals of your report. What is different from the traditional DAX calculation, which are part of the broader data model, visual calculations are only stored within the specific visual, as you can see later on in the demo. So what does it mean? It means that they only interact with data that is displayed on that visual, simplifying the DAX coding process because they don't get bogged down by the entire model's complexity. They offer the ease of calculated columns, but with the flexibility of measures, focusing on aggregated data for better performance. So this streamlined approach enhances your ability to tweak data representations on the fly, making it ideal for fast-paced decision-making environment. Now, enough talking. Let's go to my Power BI desktop and I'll show you how you can enable it and how you can best use it. Here we are in my Power BI desktop. Make sure to have the latest Power BI desktop updated because this feature was released a few months ago. So you need to update your Power BI desktop. And once you do that, make sure that when you go to File and then Options and Settings, under Options, here in Preview Features, you want to make sure that you have the visual calculation turned on. Otherwise, you won't be able to do the visual calculation. So once we check that this is done, we can start working. This report page is about the visit volume in the emergency department from April 2023 to September 2023. Currently, it only shows the raw numbers, which is good, but does not answer the questions that I have in mind. So how can we get a better understanding and more actionable insights? We are going to use the visual calculation in Power BI Desktop. How can we do that? You click on the visual and we go to new calculation here. And this one says, that it will apply a calculation to the visual. As you can see here, at the top, we have the table. And down, we have this tab that allows us to write the tags that you have in mind. And then we have a view of the visual as a table. So here we are going to see the DAX that we are going to write. When you are starting out with Power BI, using templates for visual calculation can really simplify things because DAX, if you are new to Power BI, can get quite complex. So the purpose of this video is to use the templates that were created by Microsoft. How can we access them? We go here, insert an expression template, and these are the DAX that they have currently. So we have running sum, moving average, percent of grand total versus previous next. So these are related to time intelligence. So that way you can simplify things. So these templates, if you have noticed, they provide intuitive DAX formulas, and you will see how they really are easy to use. And just remember that these calculations need to be added directly to the visual and not in the model. So they will not be in the model, that they will only be on the visual. And in order for it to work, the fields should be in the visual. So if it's in the model but not on the visual, it won't work. So it is good because you don't have to navigate through the entire data structure and get and understand how the relationships are, because it's directly on the visual. Now, for example, we are going to start with the versus previous, next, first, last. So what do these DAX do? So if you want to compare different periods, so let's say we want to compare August and September, or you can also do that by year, by quarter, but in our case, it's going to be by month. You can easily set that up depending on the data displayed in our visual. So for our case, we are going to use the previous so that we analyze data points. So you see here where it says field. Field is just what we want to compare. So in our case, it's going to be the visit volume, and we're going to do it same. So we're comparing to the previous period. So September to August. So you'll see now that we will get the difference between, you know, May minus April, June minus May, and we get them here. The same goes for next. So for next, it's going to compare July to August. So visit volume, and then visit volume, and we get it here. So for previous, if we do June minus May, we will get minus 638. For the next, we are just doing May minus June. Now we can also do the running sum. So this is like the accumulated sum for the visit volume. Now let's say we want the percentage of the total. We would go here, percent of grand total, and it's the same, visit volume, visit volume. And then in our case, the axis is going to be, these are our option. In our case, it's the rows. So this is the percentage of the total. So far, so good, easy to use and straightforward. I'm just gonna click on back to report. And I noticed that the numbers for versus previous, versus next, and running sum are not formatted how I want. If I go to visit volume here, I can quickly format it using the format tab. But unfortunately for now, we cannot do the same for visual calculation, but there is an alternative. So if we want to edit one of those measures, we go here, we click on edit calculation. In our case, we are going to do previous versus previous, and it's going to be the same logic for the rest. So we say format this, and then we do a comma, and then let's say we want to format it this way. You can choose how you would like to format it. And now it has been formatted the way we want. Another thing that you can do, you can even hide the visual. You can hide a DAX that you don't want. You can also delete it. So let's say I delete the next. And you can also hide the original DAX that was given by the report author. So you can hide it and you can also remove it. I'm going to hide it for now. So remember that these calculations are stored only with the visual. It's not in the data model. So if you need to If you need to find them, you just have to click on the visual and you will be able to find them. And you can also edit them, so which allows you to customize this shared content that in a way that will meet your needs. One other thing that you should know is that visual calculation are not compatible with all types of visual. So you might want to check which visuals support this feature for more effective use. Actually, there is an article that was released by Microsoft where they mentioned which types of visuals that are not supported by the visual calculation. This is the article. We are going to link this in our description. So for example, the line and stacked column charts are not supported, map, slicer, smart narrative, and so on. Now, the second part of our video today is how we can reuse this and take it one step further. So we said that the first part is to get the insights that we want using the templates given by Microsoft. Second was that we can hide or remove the original DAX that was created by the author. Now the third thing is that we can also change the visual type so that we create one that we are comfortable using and that will get us the answers quickly. And also we are going to add a time intelligence. So let's do all of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to report. I'm going to say I'm going to keep the table and I want to copy paste this. So now I'm just creating a new report page using everything I want. So here, if I change the visual type, the visual calculations remain. So I'm just going to remove the running total and then I'm going to change the title. I'm just going to say percent of grand total. You know, this is like formatting the way that you want, but I'm just going to say this. I'm going to remove this. So you see, it's a new visual, but with the DAXs that you have created. You can do further formatting. This is not what we're going to do today. Now we can also do time intelligence. So I already have my time intelligence table created here. So I'm going to add a slicer. Slicer, time intelligence. If you don't know how to create calculation groups, please refer to our previous video where we have demonstrated how you can do it. So if I click on current year, quarter to date, year to date, you see the numbers change, it does work. So this is how you can take this one step further. So we used visual calculation and then we created new visuals, reusing what was shared with us without recreating the wheel, without spending too much time trying to understand the model, the relationship. It's just fast and it allows us to get the insights that we want. I hope you liked this video. Please let us know in the comment section if you are using visual calculation in any other way, or if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Until then, see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye!